Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live. Who needs Raw?
What's up? It's your girl Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Also available wherever fine podcasts are available, including iTunes. I don't know where my phone is, though. I'd like to check where we are in the top stuff.
I would, but I have an Android phone. I can't
have my phone. You
I
can
can't help
actually
you.
access.
I can't help you.
Doesn't Android phones have iTunes?
I don't think so.
I think you can get iTunes on Android. iTunes on Android. Let's see here. How to get your iTunes?
I know you can get it on a PC.
Oh, yeah.
I have it on here, but I don't think you can get it on a Droid, man.
Well, you have Stitcher Radio.
I can get Apple Music. Is that the same thing? Is Apple Music the same
Fucking,
as
I have no
iTunes?
idea, man. I have no idea. I've never dicked around with an Android phone in my life, nor do I have any desire to. However, continuing on, whenever you guys hit that subscribe or download button, it jacks us up in the top 150 on iTunes Sports and Rec category, and that makes us very happy. Mm-hmm. And of course, whenever you smash that like button, here on YouTube. There's all this hubbub, Larson, about YouTube and some new glitch, some new algorithm, and it's causing people to unsub, and they're measuring stuff by likes and comments. So
no, I've been following it. I've been following the story too.
If you guys don't have if you guys are like, I don't really want to kick in money to the Patreon, I don't want to give these guys the yokels any money. Then if you like the podcast, you want to support the podcast, I can leave a comment and smash the like button, I guess. I don't get smashing the like button. If you hit the like button once, isn't that all you can do?
I think so. Because if you hit it again, then you unlike it. But if you hit it again, you just like it again. I don't think they count as individual unique likes. I think it's just one like.
If you hit like and dislike at the same time, what does that do to it? Oh, I kind of want to.
Is any engagement?
Hold on a second. Where's the like button? Can I like my own shit?
Yeah, go down. It's the thumbs up right under the view count.
Like. And yeah, it just unlikes it. So all you got to do is hit it once, and that helps us, I guess. I don't know about this YouTube.
I don't know.
I like to talk about wrestling, though.
Let's do that.
The Smackdown pay-per-view, Tables, Ladders, Chairs, 2016 TLC.
Yeah,
exciting stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Where's my notes?
There are the notes.
Oh, and thanks to the patrons. Oh, and there's no Dan today. You guys probably noticed Dan would have said something by now had he been here.
Yeah.
Usually he says, and me.
Yeah.
In some clever manner.
Or he refers to himself as the James Ellsworth of the group,
exactly,
as he did last episode.
As he did last time. He's always clever, that Dan.
He is.
Sadly, he's not here. And yeah, it's just sometimes he can make it, sometimes he can't. I think he said he's a little bit under the weather. I think he's publicly announced that on Twitter.
Okay.
So it's okay if I
Okay.
say that. So yeah, he was like, I need my sleep. I totally understand.
Yeah.
You're not missing out on any. This isn't a major pay-per-view you're missing out on anyways.
And in fact, this pay-per-view, apart from the main event, just kind of felt like an episode of SmackDown. They let go an extra half hour.
I'll say 3 matches were worthy of the pay-per-view status. Although I think only 2 of them really felt like a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, and especially after watching a lot of those, we did the top 10 TLC matches for last week's countout.
Yeah.
And the couple of them that were on Raw or SmackDown. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. They used to do all sorts of gimmick matches back then. Mm-hmm. And by and large, they don't really do that now.
They don't really do that a whole lot these days. I wonder why that is. I know. I just feel like they play it way too safe on regular TV altogether. Maybe that's... I wonder if you think it's a concerted effort to sort of draw more interest to the pay-per-view aspect of things. Probably. That's what I think. Back then, they were maybe more concerned with the ratings than they are now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know their business. Vince wakes up and Vince does what Vince does.
Exactly.
I'm up now. No more gimmick matches on regular TV. Only on Superstars. All right, Vince. So anyways, we'll just run these matches down one by one.
Yeah.
And we'll let our feelings be known.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1. This doesn't count out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, do you like my red shirt?
Do you like my red shirt?
You wear that shirt like all the time. The total package Lex Luger. I finally found a red shirt that I like. I feel like I look like a 10-year-old though, like with a red shirt. I'm just so known to, like, everybody's probably really thrown off.
The print on that shirt is so large.
It is, like, and then it's Lex Luger.
Because I'd seen that shirt and I thought about getting it for you before.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But first of all, I know primarily you just wear black shirts.
Yeah, that's right.
And then also, you've had your gripes about the fit of WWE shirts.
You never know what you're going to get. This fits great. I love the fit of this, and I've got a Sasha Banks one, also vintage, that has a really good fit too.
Yeah.
I've got a Shinsuke Nakamura vintage, which I love the design on, and it's a black shirt. But like the collar is all like loosey goosey, so it shows off like my farmer's tan.
You like your collars high up, I noticed.
I like them a bit taut. That's what I want. I want them taut because when they're loosey goosey, it shows off like my farmer's tan. Like it just looks dumb.
See, I like my collars like this, a little bit below.
Yeah, but that's not
Adam's apple.
Yeah, but that's not abnormal. That's not like loose. That's not like that's just comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm even okay with that as long as it stays there.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I know this is like I'm trying to think of a metaphor in pop culture that I know I'm thinking of something.
For what?
When somebody wore, it's like when Triple H wore like white boots. It's just why is he doing that? I look abnormal wearing a red shirt, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Yeah. Anyways. I love the total package Lex Luger. I love that this should be a I lose prediction shirt.
It should be,
but it fits so good, and I love Luger. Where's your Slapnut shirt? That's what's missing.
I mistakenly put it in the dirty clothes.
Whoops.
And then it didn't get washed over the weekend.
Yeah. All right.
So
you still owe.
I know. I'm aware of that.
You owe a lot.
I believe it's washing right now, and it'll be ready for wear when we shoot stuff tomorrow.
And at this point, I am slap nuts less.
Well, we both are.
No slap nuts for me.
We are both until Roadblock. I mean, I have one more day I have to wear it.
You've got kind of like, yeah.
I have one more shoot day.
Technically, you should have two because today's a shoot day. And you're not wearing it today.
Well, but what we shoot tomorrow is going to cover at least 3 days of programming.
That's a good point.
So that'll fulfill my obligation.
The Wyatts versus Slater and Rhyno. Man, what an unceremonious end to the tag team championship.
You know, this match was just under 6 minutes long.
Yeah,
considering the pay-per-view only ran about 2 hours and 40 minutes, why couldn't they give this match an extra 5 minutes to make it seem like there was a build and the story being told?
I missed this and the pre-show and what came after this. Nikki Bella.
The pre-show match.
I watched these after the fact, but
the pre-show match was longer than this Wyatt family.
Oh, let's talk about the pre-show match.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it, but there is a picture that somebody sent me that was posted to WWE's website of the winners of that and it was like all the men versus all the heel men, all the face men versus all the heel men, like that weren't on the card.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. It was American Alpha, Hype Bro, and Apollo Crews versus I have no idea.
Vaudevillains,
probably
the Ascension,
probably, and Chad Hawking.
Yeah.
According to Mauro Ranallo. Chad Hawking! What?
While we're on the subject, let's talk about the commentating last night because it was
You came in with
awful.
You had a head full of steam on that commentating.
Zero chemistry.
Those guys have no chemistry whatsoever.
Zero chemistry.
Mauro, I think he gets physically ill when he's not talking. I think that's his gimmick. He gets physically ill when he's not talking.
That could be.
And I think that's maybe the reason why they're cool having Otunga and JBL out there because it doesn't matter. Nothing. Certainly Otunga. I'll be completely honest with you, with the exception of when JBL talks during important entrances, which has happened.
Yeah.
I'm okay with JBL's commentary. I don't hate it. Sometimes he says stupid things, but when it was him and Cole, I got used to it.
Yeah,
I got used to it. I'm used, and I think on top of that, I have goodwill with, or he has goodwill with me because of his Legends interviews are so good.
Yeah.
That being said, Mauro, he just cannot stand not talking. He needs to get he has a quota of word count, like a word count quota that he needs to get in or something. Oh, I'm reaching my 3,000 goal. Don't bug me.
You mean per match?
Per match? Yeah, I don't know how many is a lot of words to say in 3 hours.
3,000 sounds like a lot. That sounds like a decent paper for school.
For school of some sort. There was one shot, I remember this distinctly.
Oh,
there was one shot, because look, dude, I'm used to the bad commentary. Otunga is just terrible. Because he just, he's an articulate fella. And obviously, he's very smart. He went to freaking Harvard and graduated. But, man, he adds nothing. These two, obviously, I was watching the Nikki Bella Carmella match before the cameras roll. These two really resent each other. No shit. We've known that for half a year now.
Yeah, ever since July.
Since Brand Split, we've known that. But there was one shot of all like 18 of the commentators.
During one of the 4 times Tom Phillips actually got to talk during the show.
Well, he's somebody mentioned on Twitter. I get it. He's the host.
Then why does he have to sit there the whole show?
It's so dumb. But he's sitting there and he's doing his host thing. It's one of the 4 times when he talks. And if you look at Morrow's face, he looks so uncomfortable.
Yep.
Like he starts breaking out in a sweat because somebody else is talking.
I noticed that too.
Justin LaBar from WrestleZone?
Yeah.
Yeah. He tweeted out something. He was like, man, I like Morrow, but I'm kind of worried for his job. And then Morrow responded to him.
Oh, really?
And he said, huh? And he said, look, I like you, but I just feel like with Tom Phillips there, you got to be worried. I wonder if they got him blocked.
Well, I
was very respectful about it, but I'm assuming
I read something on, I think, WrestleZone this morning where there was, maybe it wasn't WrestleZone, somewhere.
Justin LaBar, Twitter troglodyte.
Or Wrestling Inc. That there's rumors going around that Morrow was going to leave WWE, and they responded to those rumors on Twitter and saying, no, I have many years left on my contract.
Did he say anything like, no, I really love my job?
I don't remember.
He just said no. Oh, I locked myself into a 23-year contract. Twitter troglodyte. Bye, Felicia. I'm making $18,000 a year. They got me bargain basement. Watch my podcast. So anyways, yeah, no, I agree. The commentary is terrible.
And they did nothing the entire show to make the pay-per-view feel like anything more than a really well-booked episode of SmackDown. Especially with all the backstage interviews or interviews, period, during the course of the show. It just felt like an episode of SmackDown that was a little longer.
Yeah.
That was on the network on a Sunday.
All right, so like you said, the Wyatts versus the tag team champions Slater and Rhyno. Everybody kind of knew going in the Wyatts were going to win this thing. But
the match itself was short. There really was no story until that point where Harper took the gore for Randy.
Yeah.
And then shortly thereafter, Randy hit the RKO.
Yeah.
Won the match. Heath Slater was hardly even in the ring.
I know he got in there, but I don't think he was.
I think Rhyno was in it for.
He was in probably
for most of it.
For the majority of the 6
minutes. Of the 5 minute,
he was in it
53 second duration. Yeah,
exactly. No, what this match suffered also because the Wyatt storyline is like, if not the A storyline, definitely the B storyline on the whole show.
Yeah. And
Slater and Rhyno have just been relegated literally to sitting in the back watching.
Yeah.
Or coming out to see who the number 1 contender tag match.
Have they? They haven't defended the tag titles on SmackDown since their match against the Spirit Squad.
Yeah, that sounds
shortly
right.
after
that sounds right.
No Mercy.
They haven't done shit with those guys, and it's sad because they spent so much money building up that storyline, and then just to drop it completely. I mean that tag division, I mean, this is the good thing about the Wyatts winning, is that it hopefully, although I'm not really optimistic necessarily, it hopefully will at least allow the division to be featured more.
Yeah,
you would think
it lends some star power to the division. That's for sure.
That's my main argument for SmackDown being a 3-hour show is exactly that, because like they have a lot of stuff going on that they just don't get. Nothing gets any shine. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Speaking of the tag team, the pre-show match, there was that picture afterwards, and Apollo Crews was in the picture, and it was great because he literally, like, everybody's doing like. And it's a weird thing where in a picture, enthusiasm can shine through, and he's got a smile on his face, but it's an appropriate. It's like, how I was harping on the Bollywood boys about an appropriate level of happiness, and a lot of people on Twitter like really found that humorous. He has an inappropriate level of he doesn't look happy at all. He's got an appropriate level of unhappiness. He has like a really forced smile on his face, and his eyes, you pointed this out, Sting in that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers picture, that's Apollo Crews right now. And I said, man, it looks like somebody literally killed stole his soul. And then somebody else on Twitter, I forget his name, but he said, it looks more like a guy who's not happy with the direction of his career. And somebody responded to that and said, a little too on the nose there. But that was exactly what it is. Like, it's obvious you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Wyatts versus Slater and Rhyno. It suffered because there was no build-up with Slater and Rhyno here. Like, I get this. The timing was kind of wonky with the Wyatts. Instead of winning that number 1 contendership the week, 2 weeks before, they won it last week or this past Thursday.
So there's no build-up to their feud, to a feud with.
There's no feud.
Slater and Rhyno.
There's no Slater-Rhyno feud here, and maybe Slater and Rhyno are going to be a vehicle to allow the Wyatts to explore this new, dynamic, because I like that there's a changing dynamic here. We saw at the end of the match. So Randy ends up hitting an RKO on Rhyno and getting the pin, and Harper comes in, and Wyatt puts the belt on Harper over his shoulder, just sort of gives it to him in a sign of affection, seemingly.
Yeah.
And Randy has this like look on his eyes, like, I don't like that.
Yeah, and he has his belt,
and he has
on his shoulder. Yeah,
and then he ends up giving it over to Luke Harper. And so, one of the questions that we got on Twitter though was, do you think that this is going to be? Is this going to be the Freebird rule in effect here?
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see, when they eventually lose the belts, I wouldn't be surprised if Harper is the one that takes the pin and leads to some tension between the three of them.
Yeah,
that's what I would suspect.
How long do you think this title reign is going to last? Because I honestly don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, my initial gut reaction as the story started to develop was that Randy and Bray would have a match at WrestleMania this year.
Yeah.
But the way it's going now, I don't know if that's still the case.
It's a slow crawl.
Yeah.
I could see them going to WrestleMania as the tag champs facing, but God, I don't know. I mean, there is literally nobody. It would be fascinating if they really built up Heath and Rhyno or American Alpha as this underdog to this. American Alpha, I think, would be my preferred choice because they're green, they're optimistic, they're young. They need to go through. It's the same thing we've always said about the Wyatts time and time again, is that the Wyatts they'll grow you up real quick.
Yep.
You go through them and you've been through some shit.
Yeah.
And that should harden American Alpha a bit more, so when they come out, they have more appropriate levels of happiness.
Yes.
So anyways, I thought the match was worth it simply for that last moment when they put the belts on.
Well, the
Harper
moment where Harper pushes Randy out of the way of the gore, and then the last moment. But it was an interesting placement on the card for that match. Seeing it was so short. I mean, it's like open the show.
I think we both felt that Corbin Kalisto would be first. And
either that or the Intercontinental title match.
Because Corbin Kalisto, it was a match with no stakes, and it was a fun match. It was a really fun match. And I thought that probably should, like in retrospect, I thought that should have opened the show. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I thought this would have been. I mean, this is up there as kind of the co-main event ish, maybe not because it's Slater and Rhyno though.
I mean, if they had swapped Corbin Kalisto for this match,
yeah, I think maybe their point was it's going to be a short match.
Oh, I know.
People popped hard when the Wyatts won.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, people popped for Randy anyways. Yeah. But people popped hard, and now Bray Wyatt has a belt. That's big.
I know,
news.
It's great. And he had a little moment where he looked at the belt. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. It get like the tiniest bit out of character. Even, that was good.
Yeah,
Husky Harris is happy. Dean Ambrose gave an interview which I missed. What did he say?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like this would be very memorable. AJ Styles gave an interview. He said later on tonight. He said this. He said, "Listen, I made sure to loosen up a seam in my butthole area later on tonight. The whole world
get to that.
See my butthole."
We'll talk about his butt later on.
Well, he said that during the interview.
You don't watch it. You don't know.
Then we got Nikki Bella versus FOBOLORUL.
Now, when I came over
and you
were just starting to watch this match,
diamonds on my
I said to you,
dress.
It seems like the last 2-3 weeks on SmackDown, the level of intensity these two have been showing during the course of their feud, especially was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
or even the last 2 weeks. Whenever they got into physical altercations, it was stiff,
pretty brutal.
Stiff.
I know, they were going at it.
And this match had none of that.
Felt like they were friends and they just don't want to hurt each other. This is like, it was like when we would fight, like back in college, like play fight. You know? Like nobody would really take.
There was that one spot where
we just no-sell each other.
Where Nikki did a kick off the barricade.
Oh, that was cool.
That looked stiff.
That was a good. I mean, it was a good moment. It was a good move.
But everything else in this match, as you said, just looked like they were trying to hurt each other.
Carmella looked like she didn't want any part of that kendo stick, and she was the one brandishing it.
Well, no, Nikki was holding it the wrong way when she was using it.
Oh, I didn't know.
She was using it by the end, not the handle.
Oh, goodness.
And so I don't know if, I'm guessing since the handle's taped up, that probably hurt more.
Probably, I would think so. Although there was that one shot that you pointed out when I was looking for like thumbnails or something. Look at, you see that over there? Look at that. Beautiful. They don't know what I'm talking about, though. There's that one shot of Sasha Banks and that kendo stick. It captured the moment perfectly. It's like wrapped around
Charlotte's hip,
and it's all dug into her shit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to find out what a kendo stick feels like. Maybe one day. That's what we should do.
Okay.
We should do like a series of videos where it's called Foreign Objects.
Okay.
And we just take foreign objects.
We take chair shots to the head, unprotected, right?
Let's get Hilton in here to take them. He'll do it.
He used to do it.
Hilton Circle like 2000 would have done it.
Oh, yeah. Kendo sticks and chairs. What else?
Put people through tables.
Barbed wire bats.
Sickles.
Okay.
Sickles.
This all sounds great.
It sounds great for Hilton. Well, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Hilton.
Happy birthday, Hilton.
He's not watching this shit. Then Carmella, the biggest news of the night in the Carmella Nikki saga was Carmella's promo afterwards where she said, "It was me, Austin."
No, she didn't say that.
She was Natalia, Austin.
That's what she said.
It was Natalia.
Which was the least shocking news of the whole show.
I'm pretty sure. I literally called that
we both said that when it happened. We're like,
5 seconds into
who
that
benefited
shot.
from Nikki being taken out of the Survivor Series match? Natalia.
Everybody knew it was Natalia. She denied it later after the Baron Corbin match.
Yeah.
Said it wasn't me. But we all know it was her. So does this introduce Natalia, obviously, into this particular feud? That's good. Because they were kind of buddies in the first place, Carmella and Natalia weren't. No, it was Carmella and Alexa Bliss did a couple promos together. Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of her. Okay.
Well, then Carmella brought up Total Divas, saying it's your Total Divas buddy, Natalia, that attacked you.
It was me, Austin.
So I think that promo is just promotion for Total Divas.
Given how they shoot that show, are they going to be able to introduce that? Like, that isn't like now?
No, but I mean,
like next
year. But if there's heat,
like Paige is still on that show.
No, I know, but
Alberto Del Rio
sometimes
still
I can't remember I remember an instance where they did this, where they shot something months ago on the show, then brought it up on TV.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember the specifics, but they've done it before.
Have they? Because I haven't watched it. Have they incorporated? Like, there's a limit to what I can watch. It's like I ordered Final Battle, Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
I still haven't watched it all. I've stopped just short of the Silas Young, Jushin Liger. Silas Young, fucking great. He's so good, man. I have to show you this shit when we're done. Oh my god, he's doing his promo on Jushin Liger, Jushin Liger, and the entire time he's got the biggest wad of spit hanging from like his hair to like the mouth, and it's like thick. It's like old leathery spit.
How is that even possible?
I know. That's what I was saying the entire time. And he's dropping this promo on
Was he
Jushin
taking a nap backstage in his drool?
And they kept on like they couldn't just hold the camera shot on that side, and so they kept on cutting back, but they kept on cutting back to it. It's so Silas. It's the most Silas Young thing I've ever seen. But anyways, it's like I can either watch some Ring of Honor or New Japan, or I can watch Total Divas, and I just can't bring myself to watch. I tried watching Total Divas after we watched Total Bellas, and it's so boring.
Yeah.
So anyways, then Daniel Bryan gave an interview. The Miz showed up, and he was like, "You finally admit, Daniel Bryan, you don't like me. Like,
you don't want me to be the Intercontinental title anymore."
He admitted that a while ago, buddy boy.
Intercontinental champion anymore.
Yeah, he admitted that a little while ago.
Yeah,
like we all.
It's been crystal clear. He's
made
not a Miz mark.
No bones about it. He said, "You wrestle soft and you're crap."
I was kind of hoping they would bring up Miz's soft style wrestling a little bit more during this match.
King of soft style.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Like if he had made a concerted effort to avoid getting hit by the ladder, like by any means necessary, and built up to that moment where he finally got hit by the ladder. Could have been an interesting moment. Like, and I think this match suffered the first half from kind of a lack of direction. There really didn't seem to be much of a story going on until Miz started working the leg, that's when the match got interesting.
Yeah, I think because we've mentioned this off camera. And I was like, I thought Dolph Miz was good. And you're like, really? I thought it was crap until they started working the leg.
I didn't say it was crap. I thought it was slow until...
It was slow. You're right. It was until they started doing the leg. I was just impressed that he did the figure four through the ladder.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
That was cool.
Somebody on Twitter pointed out that it probably wouldn't do anything.
No.
But I don't think figure
it's sort of like when Becky did the disarmer through the table leg.
Yeah.
That did nothing. It was a neat visual.
Just looks neat. But then Dolph and Miz both sold, like, they did a really good job selling from that point on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. I thought it was decent, but yeah, basically it was like the last
it was
third of the match.
The second longest match of the night, 25 minutes.
I liked Mrs. promo afterwards.
Yeah,
that was cool. Just calling everybody losers. That's a good way to be a heel. Call everybody a loser.
That spot
the
where
participation awards.
I know that was good. The spot where Miz was hanging from the belt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that.
I know that was good. It always worries me when people fall from that high. Like, I was really
for
gonna
sure.
hurt their legs.
When because he came down, he was selling that knee really, really good. And
that's when he said,
motherfuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would not be allowed on Fun Wrestling.
Not with that kind of language, no.
Where he is allowed. I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I mean, there's Fun Wrestling. That's it.
He delivered a good promo talking about what do they call it? Participation awards.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get a participation award?
No. I don't think so.
I think I got a certificate of
maybe I did when I was younger when I played baseball.
I'm pretty sure we all, even in the 80s, everybody complains about that shit now, but I'm pretty sure I got participation certificates. They didn't call them awards back then, but I'm pretty sure I got a participation certificate. Just say, hey, you did this. You weren't sitting on your ass all season long. You participated. Because you know what? Like in basketball, my dad was our coach, and my dad's like super good guy. Good guy, Steve Sr.
Yeah.
And he would play all the kids the same number of minutes. No other coach would do that. So we lost every game because I wasn't like MJ. You know, I was terrible. And so we lost every game. So I'm pretty sure like the first season I played, he wasn't coach. And so the guy was playing all the good people.
Yeah.
So I didn't probably play that much. I didn't care though, because I got a big old trophy at the end.
Yeah.
I was practice squad, I guess. Then my dad
12th man, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, I remember this. I think I've got videotape of this somewhere. I think I've got videotape of me in a game, and they were having us do zone defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like getting that area, like defend this area.
How old were you?
Not old enough to understand zone defense.
That was my question.
Because I just stood in the same spot, and people would blow by me kind of nearby, and I'd be like, look, they're not getting through me. I remember seeing that. I'm like, I just let my guy blow by me. So, yeah, I wasn't very good. But then my dad took over as coach, and, we sucked.
But at least you got to play.
Yeah, I got to play more.
Yeah.
I remember I elbowed the shit out of a kid once. My dad chewed me out on the
purposely?
court. Oh, yeah. I remember to this day. It's like, I had a lot of memories when I was a kid. I have a crappy memory. But I distinctly remember there was this kid. I had the ball, and he was, all over me. I fucking, launched an elbow right into his chest. And he said, hey! And the ref stopped. Yeah, coach.
Did you get teed up?
Yeah, dude.
Good.
Dad tossed me out of the game. My own coach tossed me out of the
game.
Good. No, it was Yoakum. It was the coach. I mean, the ref. Remember, Mr. Yoakum. He tossed me from the game.
He said, go to the locker room?
And then Dad chewed me out on the sideline.
Good.
No, man. Do it once, and they're not going to fuck with you again. That's the advice that I think Will got or somebody got. Didn't want to throw an elbow because, he didn't want to hurt anybody. Coach said, do it once, they'll never hound you again. People are fouling him. Anyways, I wasn't being fouled. He was just covering me. Good
Exactly.
defense. Anyways, Baron Corbin versus Kalisto.
Fun match.
Good match. I actually really, really enjoyed it. Baron Corbin. Somebody said this on Twitter, and we have to decide before the end of the year. We got to start getting on that because it's weeks away.
Yeah.
Our Friendo Awards.
Yeah.
He's up there, most improved wrestler, or biggest surprise. There might be some other candidates out there. Underrated. Baron Corbin. I thought that this was a fantastic match.
He has improved quite a bit since being called up to the main roster.
He's really, and it's what's surprising is that it's not like he was thrown to the deep end. They've actually brought him along in a manner that seems to be really helping him progress.
Yes.
It's not like with Apollo, it's sort of, we had this argument back in, a while ago when both these guys were sort of called up around the same time. I was a Baron Corbin guy. You were a Apollo Crews guy. And it's odd because it's not like, I guess they threw Apollo Crews into the IC title scene almost immediately.
Well, it was,
but then they kept him off TV.
It was at SummerSlam, wasn't it? No, it was before SummerSlam. Sorry.
With Baron Corbin, they've had essentially they gave him a Dolph feud, which I think did wonders for him because it was the same opponent over and over again, and you get comfortable with the same guy.
Yeah.
And then Kalisto, he's been feuding with him for seemingly 3 years now.
Yeah.
It's been 3 months probably. It feels more than that because Kalisto was injured. And then he comes back and Baron Corbin starts fucking with him again. But, he's basically only really feuded with two people, Kalisto and Dolph. Mm-hmm. And I think that's helped him because now when he gets on Talking Smack, he's as good as anybody, He's very comfortable with who his character should be. I think that's the
thing. He has, even back in NXT, he had a very well-defined character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's something still to this day that Apollo Crews has never really gotten.
Yeah. It's just a matter of finding your thing. and going hardcore with it.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And with Apollo Crews, I just think that I wonder if it's WWE creative sort of being torn on how to use him. And so there's never a definitive path for him. And he gets lost in that.
I remember reading something a while ago that said Triple H, when someone got brought up from NXT, he wanted a 6-month plan from creative for each call-up. And it makes you wonder. It seems like Corbin, that might have been the case.
Mm-hmm.
Crews, I don't know. The Ascension, they had a plan, but it backfired horribly.
Big time, yeah.
The Vaudevillains, it seemed like they had a plan for a month.
Yeah.
When they got called up, and ever since following their feud with the New Day, they haven't really done anything.
Mm-hmm.
The Hype Bro.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, no, I think the Hype Bro, I think that guy's done it all on his own.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time, honestly, if you want to think about it, like, imagine Mojo Rawley in the shoes of, if they had done everything they've done with Apollo Crews, but with Mojo Rawley might damn well be the Intercontinental Champion at this point. I really believe that, because every time that camera rolls, Mojo Rawley's on the screen. Everything about that dude is so on target with who he's supposed to be. Now, he's not going to be the world champion anytime soon, but he could, if he was given that Intercontinental shot, he wouldn't have allowed, just through sheer force of character, for him to have been forgotten the way they forgot about Apollo Crews. Mojo's
He's fun.
He did the dick wiggle. Man.
I know.
He did the dick wiggle. Who else comes out with Zubaz pants? And they're like modified Zubaz shorts.
No, you can get shorts on their website.
Are they still considered Zubaz
Yeah.
pants? What is Zubaz?
Well, I mean,
Zubaz is the brand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's specific to like a pattern. Is that right?
No,
Or is it
well,
the cuts?
that's the most. Well,
the cut/pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because back in the late '80s, early '90s, it was really popular. And they had a lot of licensing deals with various sports teams. Like I had Philadelphia Eagles Zubaz pants.
Oh man, I want to picture that.
That were green and silver.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I don't have them anymore, obviously.
That's a bummer.
But yeah, for some reason they came back, and on their website you can get the pants. I'm assuming the same cut.
Yeah.
So they're tapered, I think, at the top.
You're right.
And then they narrow down by the ankle.
Well, that's the thing now, is the narrowing down of the ankle.
Yeah.
I got some Adidas that like narrow down, and they're fucking comfortable as shit.
And then they also have shorts. On there.
That's fantastic. Let's see here.
For very reasonable prices.
Thank God for Alexa Bliss. She single-handedly prevented me, because I called Kalisto in that Baron Corbin match.
You did.
That was stupid of me.
Mm-hmm.
But Alexa Bliss came through for me specifically. She gave me a wink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She beat Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch no longer had.
What did you think of the finish to that match? Because I was expecting something where
maybe very abrupt.
Yeah, that. But maybe I was thinking in my mind that Becky would lose, but they would kind of protect her a little bit. Where it'd be she'd lose by trying to set up Alexa on the table and do a move, to her through the table.
Yeah.
Only for Alexa to move.
Yeah.
So Becky would put herself through the table. Yeah. So that way Becky lost, but it wasn't like Alexa put her through the table. So it was kind of a protected loss a little bit.
The degree of protection between something that you described and what actually happened, I think, is pretty thin, simply because of how abrupt it just happened.
I know.
Like, neither participant was really like, how long was that match? Did you still have the results
up?
It
was about 15 minutes.
It was 15 minutes. I would have expected maybe not something like you said, but something more like a bigger bevy of false finishes, like near falls.
They had quite a few of those.
They did have some. I mean, you had like Alexa hanging from the hanging from the rope or whatever. But there are ways to do it so that it's quicker, more fluid. They kind of seemed off, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wonder if, because Alexa came to the ring, and I noticed that, how like when somebody is going to win the title,
sometimes they
sometimes have it on their face.
Yeah.
And when she walked down to the ring, I didn't see it. When Becky walked down to the ring, I saw it on her face, and she was losing that shit. That was all over her face. And then when I saw them both in the ring, and they did the extended announcer thing where they really make a point of saying this championship is on the line, and I looked at Alexa, and she was doing something that really, I forget what it was. It was some sort of movement. She was like sort of stretching in an odd way. And I was like, oh, she's definitely winning this. Because it came off like, all right, I really need to concentrate and put together a killer match because I'm about to win this thing and I want to do good.
Yeah.
So I thought going in, plus the betting odds were in her favor. Like big time, apparently, by the end of by the time the match came about. So I figured that she was going to win. And I wonder if it was simply a matter because Alexa, for all her talents, and she's been killing it lately.
Yeah,
she still is green.
Yeah,
and she's being told to go out there. You're going to win this belt in a tables match.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure for somebody. So it wouldn't surprise me if I felt that it was awkward. It was, this isn't Sasha versus Charlotte right here. This is somebody who's kind of green, and then Becky Lynch, who's really good. And so, yeah, the finish to me seemed abrupt. The finish to me lacked drama.
Yeah.
And doing something like you said might have probably helped it a little bit. Maybe if the table was somehow, Alexa wasn't going to go through that table on a powerbomb. She weighs, like 90 pounds. Becky Lynch would have to have dived through it.
Yeah.
Or in this case, the sort of the powerbomb ending.
Yeah, yeah.
But it did feel honestly, it felt like on the video game. Because it's hard to get any drama from something that's just abrupt like that.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was some attempts at a reversal, like if there was a sequence where there was an attempts at reversal, maybe that would have made it feel more dramatic.
Yeah.
It did lack drama though.
Yeah.
But it's just like in the game. It's like in 2K17. When you go in there and, what I like to do, I get the steel steps and I whack you with them and then they just call a DQ.
Yeah.
It's just abrupt. It's just abrupt.
Yeah. Or you in your mind, we go into a thing like, okay, let's do a 20-minute match. And then one of us doesn't kick out of a pin and then like 10 minutes in we're just both kind of, well, okay.
Yeah,
well,
that happened.
What can you do with that?
I know, exactly. There's no drama to it. And then I like that interview bot was just hovering outside.
Oh, I know. Then Becky says, "Don't put that mic in my face right now."
But then she tries to be nice about it, because she doesn't want to heel, and so she's like, "Don't put that. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just really upset right now."
Yeah, I know. I know. It's funny that the first thing she said, "Don't put that microphone in my face."
I know. She's like, "I am programmed to do that now, though. I was instructed to by my overlords." So, anyways, yeah, Becky lost. When do you think Becky's gonna get that thing back?
Rumble? Or is that too soon?
That's too soon.
That's almost 2 months.
Is there anybody else? It's got to be Becky. That's a problem. They have nobody else. I guess Nikki.
Naomi?
I would love to say yes, but they haven't built her at all. I'm thinking, is there anybody now?
Yeah, I guess Nikki.
That would be wise of them, is to use the belt to try to build up somebody else. Give Alexa a run with it so she feels comfortable. If you give her a run with the belt and she keeps building on her success thus far, she can be like a legitimately big time heel.
Yeah.
And then you can have Becky maybe establish a rivalry with somebody else. I don't know, Carmella. I don't know. And then we had the main event of the night.
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose.
A fantastic half-hour TLC match.
Again, a lot of moments where I'm like, AJ, what are you doing?
I know.
And allegedly, according to rumor, he might be injured.
Yeah, apparently he had trouble with his foot.
They apparently, according to one of our friendos out there who might have been there, said that, he had to get help to the back.
Well, the spot where he exposed his buttocks, where I think it was one where he got thrown into the table leg and the table leg broke.
Okay, all right.
Because that's when I noticed the hole in his pants. And it looked like he had a cut on his rear end because of
his butt was bleeding.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point I should either just go all in on the butthole thing or just leave it alone. I'm probably going to leave it alone.
Okay.
It was pretty funny, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just talk about the butthole really quick.
Okay.
All right. So, I first noticed it. I think there was, one shot where probably everybody noticed it. But it was kind of, the camera was back a little bit. No, but they never went on a close-up on the butthole. But the camera was back a little bit. And he was at an angle, and I just saw flesh near his crotch. And my immediate reaction was, is that a nut I'm seeing? Did a nut fall out? And then I realized, oh, no, it's just part of his butt.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, luckily that hole didn't open up right where his b-hole was. Because Kevin Dunn, if he was directing, could not figure out an angle. And the cameramen were trying their damnedest. You see, they kept on, every time there was an asshole in frame, they would go up, to, a close-up or something. They were trying their damnedest, but anyways, that's not.
There were several spots with AJ that, including that one where he broke the table leg, that probably hurt.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
That one where he came up, where he did the I don't fucking know.
Oh, the 450?
Was that a 450?
I think that's what they said.
Okay, he jumped up onto the Dean was on a table down. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. He jumped up and then did a flippy. And landed on him, and he sort of landed up like that.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Or the spot where he pretty much got power bombed through all those chairs.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. That calling back, we sort of glossed over the match itself. The Baron Corbin Kalisto match had some very clever use of the chairs. Some really, really cool shit going on.
Well, they had the similar spot where they set up all those chairs, and then Kalisto did the senton.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that was
onto Baron.
awesome.
The Baron went through the chairs.
That was so fucking cool.
That was cool.
That was really, really neat. They did a really good job of that. AJ and Dean also made really, really great use of all the gimmicks in the TLC match.
Yeah.
So many great spots. And then, of course, we got the James Ellsworth.
Which he teased on SmackDown last, the Go Home show, where he during his interview segment with Dean, he said, maybe I want AJ to win because Ellsworth has 3 wins over him already.
Well, does that make him now? That doesn't make him a heel, though. That just makes him an opportunist.
Yep.
It makes him working for James Ellsworth.
And I fully suspect that on SmackDown, because on Talking Smack, apparently they announced.
He was on there. Yeah,
well, they also announced that it would be AJ versus Ellsworth for the belt.
Yeah.
That match will get started, and Dean will come out and beat the hell out of James Ellsworth.
You would think so.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just keep on getting Ellsworth interjected.
I feel like we're going to get a Dean Ambrose, James Ellsworth feud now.
It definitely seems that way.
Yep.
It definitely
seems
that way.
And AJ is going to move on, I would suspect, to something
the Taker.
with the Undertaker.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, that's sad. When, what's next for Dean Ambrose? James Ellsworth. Are we actually going to get Dean Ambrose versus JamesEllsworth at the Rumble?
No, I don't think at the Rumble.
Who's Dean going to have at the Rumble?
I think he'll just be in the match. He'll just be in the Rumble match.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Because we'll have AJ versus the Undertaker.
It's the titles, and then people who don't have titles are in the match.
I mean, depending if Reigns wins the belt at Roadblock.
Apparently, that's up in the air.
I know.
They might be giving Reigns that Universal Championship. No good? You don't like it?
He's doing fine as the U.S. champ. Give him time.
People are going to boo
exactly.
the shit out of that.
Give him more time.
Why are they so horny to put that fucking belt on him?
I don't know.
They are so anxious. Just chill the fuck out.
I know.
Have him drop the U.S. strap. Have him chase the U.S. strap more.
Let him carry the U.S. belt for a year.
Yeah, for a long time.
Maybe he will, along with carrying the United States or the Universal title for a year.
I'd be.
But if he wins the Universal title at Roadblock, who's he gonna face at WrestleMania? What makes the most sense? I don't know. Seth again?
No way.
I don't think so either.
Firmly faces.
Yeah, but who's Rusev?
Rusev, Machka. I would love that.
I would too, but
put that Universal strap on Rusev.
But
we're there to see it.
They're not going to have that match at WrestleMania.
No, they're not going to do that.
So I don't know.
They can't. There's no way. There's no way Roman's going to win. It'll be confusing.
Because Owens makes sense because you can have Owens Balor.
Owens Balor makes all the sense in the world. We know those guys can go. It'd be great. Oh man, I want to be there when Finn Balor wins that fucking belt back. That'd be great.
But it's assuming that it's AJ Undertaker at Rumble, and AJ drops the belt to Undertaker, so it could be Cena Undertaker at WrestleMania for the title and for Undertaker's career. Mm-hmm. Then who is AJ going to face at WrestleMania?
Man, I really wonder. You know how we always say there's money to be made in the belt, or there's money in the belt, there's money in Taker, there's money in Cena. You're already spending 2 of your checks on Taker and Cena. You're gonna throw the belt in there too?
I know.
You got Lesnar, Goldberg. You got Shackton, Big Show versus Shaq. That's a big match.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. Who's AJ gonna take on? Bray Wyatt? I don't know. AJ versus
no, because Bray will be doing something
either
with Randy.
Tag champion or Randy, yeah, something like that.
So there's literally no one else on. I mean, it's going to be AJ versus Baron Corbin. So I wouldn't be surprised if AJ, after he drops the belt to Undertaker, turns face. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
it really wouldn't.
He has such a hard time. Like the fans just want
love
AJ.
After the match he put on last night, where
how can you not love that guy?
He puts his body on the line over and over again. I know.
How can you not love AJ Styles? He's the best. He's the best fucking again, and we sort of glossed over this. Dean Ambrose isn't a great wrestler.
No.
He doesn't put on great matches. He does force of character.
He does 2 things well in the ring. He works usually a pretty quick pace.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And he's willing to put his body on the line.
He sacrifices himself, yeah.
Technically, he is not a good wrestler.
But AJ Styles can bring anybody to a great match. It's fantastic.
Let me ask you this, kind of off topic, but we'll have a definitive answer for our count-out episode of our Wrestlers of the Year.
Yeah.
Wrestler of the Year, AJ or Kenny Omega? Shit. It's a close call.
That's such a close call. That Bullet Club, they have some decent leaders coming out of there. You see who might be coming to NXT after Final Battle.
Adam Cole,
baby. I might have to get that Black Cole Sun shirt sooner than later.
I watched some stuff of his over the weekend, like a compilation.
Yeah, what'd you think?
He's got a decent moveset.
I know. He's a good wrestler. He's a good good performer. How tall do you think he is?
I think they listed him as 5'11".
Yeah.
So in one of the matches, I think it was 5'11", 207.
He is exceptionally... Okay, here's the thing. You once made the quip about Finn Balor that I completely disagreed with, that he doesn't have an exceptional body type. You said that after a year and a half in the gym, you can look like Finn Balor. And I kind of disagree with that. I think after a year and a half in the gym, you could definitely look like Adam Cole.
You know what's funny is I was watching some clips from Adam Cole when he was in PWG, and he seemed a little more fit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm gonna let it, because I think he's a really good promo guy.
Yeah.
Like he's got massive amounts of charisma, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what NXT can do with him.
Yeah.
And to see if NXT will motivate him to step up his game, even because he seems like a very ambitious dude.
Yeah.
And I really love that about him. And he's a fantastic in-ring performer.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see Adam Cole and how he'd respond to NXT. I wonder what he could do there.
One thing I noticed,
I like that Kyle O'Reilly, the new Ring of Honor champion. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He does sort of an MMA type thing.
One thing I noticed about Adam Cole, more so in his early days, because I was watching this one compilation, it had a lot of stuff from when he was in CZW, Combat Zone.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like the most athletic, like in terms of his explosiveness.
Yeah,
like when he ran or he was doing a suicide dive to the rope, it didn't seem explosive.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's improved since then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing I watched didn't have a whole lot of his Ring of Honor stuff in it.
Yeah.
It was predominantly. There were some clips of a hardcore match he and Kevin Owens had in PWG that looked really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We got some research to do on our year of the match of the year stuff.
That one from G1 Climax, the Kenny Omega.
So good.
Gosh, that was so good. I only watched clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Dude, Kenny Omega's the fucking man.
He's really good.
He is the fucking man.
He's super athletic.
2018 when he shows up in I'd love to say Maine. Just bypass NXT, man. Bring the cleaner in. He's so fucking good.
He's really, really comparable to AJ Styles.
He is, I know.
In terms of his athleticism, his wrestling ability, his charisma.
I know. Charisma out the fucking ass.
Yeah.
AJ says, Ellsworth comes down.
We had to get we need that TLC trope where someone gets pushed off the ladder through tables, and Dean did it.
Yep.
And there's a great look at the end where Dean was laying in a pile of tables looking towards the ring, where he's kind of a blank expression.
No, they kept on cutting back to that. Yeah, he's
like trying to stay conscious.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good. It was a fantastic match.
Yeah. If we had to redo our top 10 TLC matches, would this make it? If so, roughly what area? I would have preferred if Ellsworth hadn't gotten involved. Obviously,
oh, me too. People started booing the shit out of him when he came out. I don't want to see that guy anymore.
Well, also, I think when you invest 25 minutes in a really great match, you want a finish that's not.
I know that's not tainted at all.
Yeah,
you want a real finish.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Ellsworth, he'd be. I don't know. That match would probably be between 7 and 5.
Yeah.
Ellsworth probably brings him down to like the 9 spot, maybe. Yeah. But I mean, just for the moves that AJ was pulling off alone. Goddamn.
Well, that spot where Ambrose did the elbow drop off the ladder on top of the announce table.
Yeah,
that was cool too.
Yeah. That was
both of them had moments where they got a shine. It was really good.
Yeah, no, it was a really good match.
So what do we expect to see on SmackDown on Tuesday? Assuming AJ can make the match with Ellsworth.
Gonna be super pissed off at Ellsworth and just destroy him. Although that ain't gonna make Dean. That's going to just get the crowd's going to pop over that. I think everybody at this point just wants to see Ellsworth get his ass whooped by Dean Ambrose. I think it'd be great. And that's why it was probably wise to execute his heel turn.
Yeah.
But, do you think, let me ask you this, though. Do you think Ellsworth is going to be straight up heel?
I didn't see him on Talking Smack last night, but what I read about it, it just seemed like he was just being practical about why he did it.
Yeah, he's got
so
3 wins on AJ.
That's the case. Yeah. I mean, that's not a full-blown heel turn.
Right. I mean, you got to be careful with that because you want Dean to whoop his ass, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of messed up if the guys, and if Ellsworth is just doing what's best for Ellsworth and people sympathize with that, then you risk people sort of turning on Dean when they really shouldn't be doing that.
You don't think Dean would benefit from a heel turn?
Not if Ellsworth is the face that he's going up against. I don't know. I
don't think that's a long term. That's obviously not a long term thing, though.
I don't know, man. Dean versus
because if AJ turns face after dropping the belt to Undertaker, then who's the top heel on SmackDown going to be? I mean, there's the Wyatts, but they're doing
their
they have their own thing,
and people are popping for them left and right.
Yeah,
people like them.
So I mean, Dean hasn't been a heel since as a member of the Shield 4 years ago.
Yeah, dude, Dean is a heel. That would make that I would prefer that over Dean as the jokey face.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand jokey faces.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be an appropriate level of jokiness. Everything has appropriate levels, Larson.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what else? We're thinking Wyatt's in American Alpha, or we're hoping for that.
Well, they gotta do Heath and Slater first.
Yeah, I guess they need a rematch.
So that's probably it. I would think. You think that's a SmackDown match? Or is that a Rumble match?
I think that's a SmackDown match.
Make it a Rumble match. Give American Alpha a fucking spot on the pay-per-view. They're American Alpha.
No, I agree with that. I'm saying Slater Rhino's rematch will take place.
Oh, that's a SmackDown match.
SmackDown, yes.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a Rumble match would be American Alpha.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be good.
That'd be great.
That would work. Build up American Alpha.
Give him 15 minutes.
Yeah. Have him stop smiling and being happy. Have him wear SWAT team gear.
I think someone's already done that before.
Did they?
Yeah.
Who did that?
Pretty sure it happened.
Authors of Pain kind of have SWAT-ish.
A little bit,
gear.
yeah. A little bit.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
When are they coming up?
They have to beat DIY for the NXT tag titles.
Oh, so.
What?
Oh, I guess we're going to talk about that.
What?
Shinsuke Nakamura. Got that belt back. Got that title back.
Yeah.
In Osaka, Japan.
Yeah. We kind of thought that would happen.
Yeah. Everybody thought that would happen.
So what do you think?
So with Samoa Joe coming up?
Could be.
We're going to see Samoa Joe tonight. Maybe. SmackDown confirmed. Ty Dillinger, Samoa Joe tonight?
Well, tomorrow. Maybe it'll be AJ Samoa Joe. Face AJ. Heel Samoa Joe at WrestleMania.
There you go. You got to put them in there.
That'll steal the show.
Ty Dillinger against The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. I like it.
Be fantastic. Yeah, like who's next for The Miz? There's nobody. Are we going to get this feud for 3 more months?
That promo felt definitive about Dolph, though.
Yes, it did.
That felt definitive.
I feel like this feud should have ended at No Mercy.
No Mercy.
That felt like
I agree.
An appropriate place to stop that feud.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to say when you said what was lacking from this match. It was just people caring because they've seen it so many times already. It's like it should have been done by now.
Yep. But there is really no one else for The Miz to wrestle now, unless they bring someone in.
Yeah.
Which I guess it could be Ty.
Yeah.
But, Ty cuts a promo saying that if I can't beat Samoa Joe, then maybe I don't belong at NXT. So he gets promoted?
Yeah.
That seems weird.
Well, dude, anytime people lose, they get promoted. That's the pattern. You lose the title,
I know.
You get promoted.
But at least prior to losing, they held the title.
Hey, prior to losing, he had the fans chanting his catchphrase. That's akin to winning a title. That's kind of title-ish. If you get people chanting your catchphrase and you're not even in the building, that's very title-ish.
No,
you kidding me?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But in terms of storyline, they can't say former NXT champion Ty Dillinger. They can't say that.
No, they can say Ty Dillinger.
The guy who the crowd really likes.
Guy who can count to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, guy who crowd really likes. The over Ty Dillinger. I don't know. It's such a mess. I hope we get some answers on SmackDown, though. I mean, tomorrow on SmackDown.
SmackDown needs more people. The roster is
they simply need more
thin.
people. Right now, they have an inappropriate number of people on that show.
Yes.
We need to bring it up to appropriate levels.
Bring Sami Zayn over.
So Raw has an inappropriate number of people on the high side.
Yes.
They need to dump some of them over there.
Yes.
Man, what the H?
Because now, we were assuming Sami Zayn for Baron Corbin trade.
Makes perfect sense. Now
it does. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Just bring Sami over.
Bring him over.
SmackDown really needs Baron Corbin. There's apart from The Miz, there's no other mid-card heels.
Yeah. And really, I know AJ wants to be a heel, but AJ's not a heel.
No.
So there's no heel in the main event scene either. Nobody boos for anybody on that show. Except for The Miz.
But even last night, there was some people chanting for The Miz.
Because he does good work.
I know.
Because he does good work.
I don't know, Steve.
Are we going to get more people on SmackDown tonight? We're on the road to the Rumble.
You keep saying tonight. Tuesday. Today is
Tuesday. Usually we do this because usually we do this setup on Tuesdays.
Yeah, but not on pay-per-views. Not for pay-per-views. It's Monday for pay-per-views.
I know, but
it didn't feel like a pay-per-view yesterday, but it was.
Usually we've either got Dan in our ear if you're over here. I don't know.
Making excuses.
I am making it. I'm okay. I've got a red shirt on. Everything's out of whack today.
You are not the total package today.
Regardless of what my shirt says. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. We'll figure. You want to open a package real quick?
Yeah, it's right there. It's on the other side of your laptop.
From I think Jason the Cabbie sent this to us. I already know what it is. Oh, Phil's gonna fall. Oh, look at that tenacity. Where was that in your UFC match? I already know what this is, but I'm very happy to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Macho Man CD.
Mm-hmm.
Be a man. Oh yeah. Well, this is packed tight. Oh, look at that, brother. It's like a phone book. Same thing.
Well, you have been going to the gym, right?
I have been going to the gym. So, I'm very strong. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Oh, look at that. It's a CD. When's the last time you bought a CD, Larson?
A couple weeks ago.
Really? What'd you buy a couple weeks ago?
A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, you bought
their
that
new
in
album.
CD form?
Really? Yeah, it's a good record.
Really good. Just download it?
I like having physical CDs.
Yeah, man.
I like that because I know I can play it.
He looks older than I would have thought.
I know I can play CDs regardless of what car I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of my cars I can stream through Bluetooth, and the other one I can't.
Let's take a look at this.
So if I get it on CD, I can listen to it wherever.
All right. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Intro, #1 track. We're just going to run down the track. We can't really listen to the thing because of copyrights. It's released by Big 3 Records. You can take a look at how thick this fucking shit is right here.
There's
all sorts of shit going on.
Two things.
Looks like a porno shoot with Macho Man right there. Track listings. Intro, #2, I'm Back. #3, R, the letter R,
yeah.
the letter U, and then Ready. So are you ready? Oh, there's a poster. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at me. Oh yeah. All in black and white. Yeah. Dig it. Look at that guy. Put him somewhere. #4, Hit the Floor. #5, Let's Get It On. Do you think that's a sexual reference or a wrestling reference?
It says it right here.
Let's Get It On. But he looks like he's going to fight or fuck. I can't tell which one. Like this one looks like he's... Here, this one looks like he's on a date. The first one. Right? He's like, oh, I'm here to pick you up. Oh, yeah. This one looks like he's straight about to fuck. Like, that's no bones. And
about that one?
This one's like the next morning he's there at the restaurant about to have some breakfast. Oh, yeah. And he's saying, I want the biggest plate of scrambled eggs you can find in your location. Let's see here. #6, Remember Me? #7, Tear It Up. #8, Macho Thang. #9, Be a Man. #10, Get Back. I wonder if that's a cover of the Beatles.
That'd be interesting.
Get back to where you once belonged. Hey, JoJo. Hulk Hogan was a man who thought he was the champion, but he wasn't the cream of the crop. #11, Feel the Madness. #12, What's That All About? 13, Gonna Be Trouble. And #14, the last track, My Perfect Friend is a Cup of Coffee.
Interesting.
Very good stuff. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
We need to find a copy of the Terry Funk album.
Oh, my God. I know.
Terry! The couple of tracks we listened to on YouTube are hilarious.
Man. Oh, it was great. What was the other one? Barbara Streisand's Nose? Or
yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand's Nose.
And the backing tracks were a Beat It ripoff.
That's right. Even the solo was a Beat It ripoff.
Even the guitar solo.
That's great. So much greatness to be had. Terry Funk's the man, dude. I was watching, again, I'm going through every single one of these bastards. Eastern Championship Wrestling, Terry Funk, and it's all bad. He's great, though. No, I was watching, it was World Championship. I was skimming through the stuff to see what I was going to watch. Mm-hmm. And there's a thumbnail for WCW from like 1989 when he was on fire. Mm-hmm. And the thumbnail is simply him next to a donkey or a horse, but they're facing back that way. So it's him and literally a horse's ass.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he was using that as a metaphor for probably Ric Flair.
Yeah. Did you know that Terry Funk was on an episode of Quantum Leap?
I did. I saw it. I watched it like a month ago.
Oh, great.
Because Sam he leapt into a professional wrestler. And it was great because they actually did a really good job of towing the line between work and shoot. Because they played like their characters, or Sam left, they're American dudes.
Yeah.
But they played Russians, or Soviets. And the deal was, they explained it in the episode. It's all fake, except the one match that Sam had to go in and wrestle in and alter in some way. That was a shoot match featuring a bunch of different tag teams for the tag team championships, which we know doesn't really happen. But yeah, no. And then Terry Funk was in there. Yeah, saw that. Terry. Anyways, that's probably it for the show. Yep. I think we've exhausted everything that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow or later on today. I think we got some fuck wrestling happening.
Fun wrestling.
We'll see how that goes. And tomorrow we'll have our regular episodes, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.